about the clitoris.
You think you could get one of those up there? It'd have to be real long.
I don't think those move very easily.
Oh, they move.
Have you seen the Final Destination movie where the dude gets his asshole stuck on the hot tub vent or the pool drainage duct, and it just sucks
his insides out?
That's fucking gross.
Because that's pretty much what I'm picturing right now, is the clitoris ends up inside of the rectum, and then the poor girl's body just is like turned into an inverse tube of toothpaste, like how it's made or something like that.
But what if you survived?
Jeez, I don't know if that's a life worth living, if I'm being honest with you.
I don't know that it's connected to enough important things inside that you could turn someone inside out from it.
It's connected to everything.
I mean, they don't have a part of the song when they say, like, the clit bone's connected to the... So I just assume that it's
labia bone. Pouch bone.
I don't know, dude. There's no, like, safety valve you can pull to just release the clitoris into the world.
To be. It's like those Microsoft branded controllers, they gotta have a breakaway cable.
I think we all agree. There should, I mean, that's just, again, if there's one thing I like to talk about on this show, it's intelligent design. And it's like, if there was intelligent design, there would be like a breakaway cable halfway through our dick. It's the only thing that would make sense. It's like somebody pulls on your dick to
everything.
Like a detachable penis? Or
yeah, just like just detach the top of your penis like a knuckle, and then, you know, it means if you got it caught in a car door or something like that, you don't lose the whole thing.
You just walk away with a half dick.
And it grows back like a lizard tail?
Well, I was thinking there could be like a, you know, a synthetic top knuckle of the penis that you could take and then just attach it, and, you know, maybe try something new for this time. Maybe go for a mushroom head this time, or, you know, maybe you always wanted to. You always wanted to be circumcised.
This wouldn't be a natural dick. It would be like a put-on appendage here. It's like a surgical appendage, so you could have those options.
It is like a ship of Theseus problem.
I was thinking like a jeans thing, where, you know, you got the chameleon tail or the lizard tail, and it just grows back, like falls off when they're scared, etc.
Well, I'm kind of like, it's the other reason.
Fear boner would have a whole new reason. Be popping fear boners off of people.
I don't think that I believe in evolution, and I'm going to give you 2 foolproof reasons why.
Oh shit!
One of which is the banana. We all know. You just look at it.
Atheist nightmare.
You just look at it. It fits the human hand. It's the easiest thing in the world. The other thing is, if evolution's real, why don't we have like 8 hearts and 8 brains? If 1 brain is good, surely 2 brains would be much better. And then it means if you lost one, you'd still be as good as like the average person with 1 brain.
They got that saying, 2 heads are better than 1. Why not just have multiple bodies attached?
Because I think evolution works as an experiment to see what is best in nature, which is why we have a diverse amount of creatures and not just 1 species on the planet.
Yeah, but
we're working on that.
We're like the best species, though.
We obviously are.
We're made to think we are, at least. You know.
Why even have any other species at all?
I'm not necessarily saying that, and I hope that Chad realizes I'm being actually like 200% facetious. Unlike the joke food, where I've actually believed about 60% of what I was saying, this is 100% facetious. But I did have a girl in my like 12th grade.
Boy.
I know, right? In my 12th grade biology class, who was like, "Dude, wouldn't the world just be better if like bears ruled everything?" And I was like, explain how you why you think it would be better if bears ruled everything.
Bear Taffy, maybe.
Yeah, Bear Taffy I would accept.
He would be a great leader. I would be super happy if he was the king of New York.
That's a good, King of New York is a great game. I'll give you that. But and then she's like, you know, bears don't pollute, bears don't, you know, murder. And I was like, have you seen
bears murder everyone all the time.
Have you seen Grizzly Man? Grizzly Man they murder each other. And by the way, it's only dope to have a world ruled by bears if you ain't a fish. And you acting a little fishy right now, lady.
Watch her swim upstream.
Only from a natural point of view is anything in nature or an animal besides a human going to be better for the world. Like, we're obviously better for ourselves, but an ant is more productive, I feel like, in its course of life.
The tardigrade. I think if the world was run by tardigrades, we would be able to go to space voluntarily and not die.
Yeah, but tardigrades, you really go into space. They're
Well,
dormant
they
out
wouldn't
there.
die.
Yeah, but they're not alive either. They're just out there in like a dormant phase.
What's a
like, hanging
Tardigrade?
Tardigrade, they're water bears. They're this little like floaty, like microorganism that is unkillable.
Yeah, they're basically like, I believe what they do is they're like, oh shit, it's popping off. You know, if the cops show up at the door of a tardigrade party, they all fucking pile into the closet and then voluntarily excrete all of their water. So they basically become like tardigrade mummies. And
They're
then
like
later,
petrified. It's crazy.
right outside your door, yeah. And then if they ever touch water, like in the future, they come back to life, sort of.
It's like what they did to Walt Disney, except they can do it to themselves at any point.
Exactly. Well, I don't know if they could do it to
Never
themselves.
heard of those.
I'm not
How
familiar
else would
enough.
they get their water out?
I don't know. Maybe they just, you know, they're in space and then like a water molecule comes across them.
You think
I
they
wonder-
hook themselves up to a hot tub sucker and just like.
With some microorganisms, you need the like one molecule of water.
But do they work just as well?
Million tardigrades.
When they're revitalized, or are they like a little bit off? Like, oh, Susie, you see Susie came back, but she's a little crazy now. Stay away from her, you know?
I'm gonna be honest with you. Like all millennials, I don't think they work that much these days.
Oh, I thought you were going to continue there.
No, that was the end of it.
No, I just wanted to hear how awkward that got if I didn't say anything.
It was meant to be a joke, and I stand by it being a joke. But I was expecting at least a ooh or something to go on. Instead, I just got adrift in no man's land.
Silence is the worst.
Just
it's
a
the
nomad.
the worst feeling.
Traveling between jokes. Waiting.
Porn, huh? Get out of here.
I need, oh, there's a battery. Naughty little battery.
You stinky battery.
We're gonna suck it all up. Yeah. I want to go in that curse room, but I'm a little scared.
You know what? I forgot, but I had a serious bone to pick today.
It's with Cobalt's wax.
It's not yet. I want to catch that story later. How about
I just slooshed it on myself a little bit on accident.
Okay, let's go with the wax story.
I lifted the candle up to show chat that I had a candle lit, and I then proceeded to wave it around for some reason, kind of like, woo, spoopy. And it just slooshed onto me, all over my lap, onto my blanket.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, and then I kind of found out I enjoyed wax play after that, so. No, I'm just kidding, but.
I forgot it has a name.
It's
that I don't.
Anything you can put play at the end of. Nipple play, like clit play.
It's a band, isn't it?
It could be. I wouldn't put it past you.
Cold nipple play.
Cold play. This
Close
is very
enough.
much hot play, so it's very different. But like, you know, Austin was on the show maybe like a month ago, and he was talking about he doesn't like cooking because like the oil splashes up a little bit sometimes and gets you.
Sometimes
No
doesn't
bacon, no
hurt.
naked.
I feel the same way when people are like in the wax play. I'm like, but isn't it like the oil? When the oil gets you, it's not pleasing.
Yeah, but
for
the
some
wax
people it
peels right off, and the oil is like slippery. Needs soap and shit to get off.
You know the song "Hurts So Good." Sometimes
yeah.
love don't feel like it should. You make it hurt so good.
So good,
I think
yeah.
that's kind of what that's about. It's like this kind of like minor pain and pleasure combination.
They
I
do
don't
it to
really
feel
think
alive,
that-
dude. They do it to feel alive.
Can I ask you a question though?
I'm not like an expert on wax play or anything
No,
here.
no,
like,
this is okay. I just want
I
to know.
spilled it on myself.
Who the fuck is John Cougar Mellencamp to tell me what love should feel like?
I mean, he's got some perspective, I'm sure.
I don't think he does. I don't think he does.
I don't feel like it should. You just made the most NL joke. I had to do it.
I liked it actually. I was into it.
I know you do a lot of work with songs, so it's like work one in every so often.
No.
John Cougar Mellencamp's magnum opus, Jack and Diane.
I don't know that I know it off the top of my head.
Oh, come on. Cobalt.
There's some lyrics from it. I don't know.
No idea. You don't even like AC/DC, so.
Little ditty about Jack and Diane.
Oh, doing the best they can.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh yeah, life goes on. I know that song.
Everybody knows Jack and Diane. Overplayed.
I actually
great
knew
song,
it.
Wowie.
I just hear it all the time. I don't know. I didn't like actually care enough to look up the name of it ever, or to even see who it was by.
I guess you could be like forgiven for thinking it's called like Life Goes On, because he does say that about 1 million times in it. Why is Austin in chat instead of streaming himself? Like, I don't want him to be defending John Cougar Mellencamp. Like, get out of here.
He does this. He likes to go in chats and cause a ruckus. It's his thing now.
Oh, I don't have bombs.
I need bombs as well.
I don't like Jack and Diane because I think it's just the worst living on a prayer.
It is a worse living on a prayer, I feel like.
Okay, well, geez, that was... I didn't realize it would be so easy. We're starting to reverse the tide. It's like my mom's favorite song when she was 16 years old. Now she's really into James Blunt and Wax Play.
Daywalker and Carigo?
Blunt's a good name. Is he Canadian?
No, he's
Everybody
from,
good's Canadian, apparently.
Look, James Blunt is neither good nor Canadian.
I just said his name was good. I didn't say he was good.
He does have a great name.
Oh yeah, life go... Damn it!
Let me put it
in my head.
If James Blunt moved to Canada, you wouldn't have to change his name.
That's true.
Right. Well, as long as it's after July.
Right, as long as it's after July 1st, 2018.
We're going green!
What? Previously, July 1st used to be Canada Day. You know what they're going to call it now? Green Day.
Do they have permission, though?
And probably they're going to get the band to play in...
Whether you like it or not.
Do you guys have like a park or a square that you gather in that's famous, like Central Park or something, or Times Square?
Like to smoke the reefer?
No, just to like celebrate
or just like, is there a park in Canada?
I mean,
oh, there is. I've been to one in Vancouver.
Like a famous one.
They had Shrek on Broadway there.
That people go to.
I mean, like in every city, there's a famous park. Yeah.
Okay. Does everybody like go out all the time, or do they stay in the house because it's so cold all the time? Does it get warm in Canada?
Vancouver is not that cold.
This is offending me on a serious and intimate level.
You know, there's parts of Siberia that don't get that cold.
What?
Yeah, I know. It's a not common known belief, but it's true.
Vancouver is like the same climate as Seattle, basically.
Really? Huh.
It's pretty nice here. We have one of the largest parks in the world. It's called Stanley Park, or as we're gonna call it, starting on July 1st, 2018, Smokeley Pot.
Stanley Park. That's the guy that does all the Marvel movies.
Right, Stanley Park, because Stan Lee was born in the park.
He can't get
They just named the land after him.
Yeah, that's where he invented Spider-Man. He saw some spiders hanging on a tree, and he was like, "Whoa, wouldn't that be weird?" Of course, he was high at the time because it was after July 1st, 2018.
Do you guys know the actor that played Spider-Man in Civil War? You remember that guy?
Tom Holland, yeah.
Sure. I don't know what his name is. You're a genius.
Well, I didn't mean to. I wasn't trying to put on airs. I was just.
Well, I never looked it up. I saw a movie with Robert Downey Jr. in it with that same actor from 2008, and I couldn't help but think, did Robert Downey Jr. scratch a little back to get him Spider-Man, maybe in that Civil War movie?
Was it Kiss Kiss Bang Bang?
No, it was some movie called called Charles Bartlett or something. Charles Bartlett.
Charlie Bartlett.
Yeah, that one.
That's a different dude, though.
That is the one. Is that a different guy? No way. What?
That's Anton Yelchin, man.
That's the same kid, is it not?
Every goddamn name.
Anton Yelchin is that Star Trek actor who got killed. He got like pinned to his own mailbox by his Jeep earlier this year.
Jesus.
Yeah, it's still horrible. That's the only reason I know this. I rebuke the notion that I'm some kind of weird savant.
Charles
for knowing
Bartlett.
This horrible accident in the name of a Marvel movie actor. Those are two things that are acceptable to know.
Maybe they are different. I gotta go look at them now.
That's why you're a savant, but you do know way too many names of things.
I've seen that guy somewhere else in a movie though, and I can't put my. Oh, it is Star Trek. Fuck. The new one where
Tom Holland, the Spider-Man guy, Spider Trek. He looks I think he's
close.
17, so he would have actually been like 8 in Charlie Bartlett.
Well, shit.
which would have changed the timbre of that movie, because I believe he has sexual intercourse with a lady in high school.
Yeah, it was Star Trek that I recognized him from.
Was that the one where the guy's like, he really likes prescription drugs and he like starts selling them to other high school kids?
Well, he doesn't like them, but he gets prescribed from his like psychiatrist for this dumb shit he doesn't have.
Therapist, and then gets all the drugs and resells them, and then he becomes a genius somehow.
And everybody loves him, but he doesn't even get in trouble for like selling the drugs. Like, I don't even know.
They're trying to say president or something.
Thanks, 4-inch taint for 6 months. He's like dealing.
It's not cool to be a drug
he's like dealing Prozac to kids, like to help them with their issues.
Yeah, he was giving them like psychological treatment and then giving them prescriptions for their issues.
Yeah, exactly.
You know who's the biggest drug dealer on planet Earth? The American government.
Yeah.
True.
It's fucking stay woke, drink Pepsi.
No, it's Coke, man.
Yo, it's Pepsi, dude.
America's way more into Coke than Pepsi.
Yeah, definitely.
You guys missed the woke Pepsi ad earlier this week? It was all
Doesn't matter.
There's it was a little tone deaf. So there's like a riot happening. And there's police. And the police, you know, they got their finger on the trigger because they're cops, right? They're just looking for a reason to fucking just give me a reason to pop somebody, right? Kendall Jenner, we all know her. Of course, I'm not going to explain who she is because we all are familiar with her resume. Pops a little Coca-Cola, wait, Pepsi, sorry, goes, hands it to the police officer, and he smiles, and you know deep down everything's going to be okay because it solved all issues facing planet Earth.
Yeah, having the Kardashian give a military person a Coke, that's a great message.
What do you mean it's a stupid commercial? Do you hate unity?
Yeah.
Just feels contrived.
Do you hate
Just cut back to Tiananmen Square and they're giving away freaking Pepsi and everything's cool now. That's
the tank pulls up to the Chinese man standing in the middle of Tiananmen Square, and then the driver gets out and he gives him a Pepsi, and then the tank driver's tank shoots and like a rainbow comes out.
That's Skittles.
No.
That's a different
that's Skittles, yeah.
Taste the rainbow. It's death. From a tank. Just like Gungeon.
That horrible picture of the little girl who had been burned when the napalm landed on her village in Vietnam. She's running through the streets, you know, skin sloughing off, stuff like that, crying. And then an American GI just hands her a Pepsi. And she takes a sip and she's like, oh, it's all good. Everything's going to be okay.
That's so dark, but also kind of funny in an awful way.
You can laugh.
I don't know if I'm allowed to laugh at that.
The statute of limitations for humor there, I think, is over.
What about like a self-immolating Buddhist drinking a Pepsi and just smiling as they burn?
That's fucked.
I like that.
Is that too fucked, or is
that's
that
a woke?
That's pretty fucked.
It's like probably the wokest advertising.
Sip your friends. That just shows up at the bottom of the screen. Just sip your friends.
By the way, I googled "sip your friends," and Malf has been playing an elaborate ruse on us.
I know. I never believed it for a second.
Some people have been saying, "Oh yeah, we did it at my school." I googled "sip your friends." There is no relevant result for sipping your friends.
Of course there's not.
Not even like an unrelated movie that has a similar title?
Like if you Google "sip your friends," the responses that you get on Google are like, how to give a sip to your friends. I think the #1 dictionary definition like from Urban Dictionary was friend sip. And it was defined as the maximum amount of drink someone is allowed to take if they're your friend.
Alright, that's kind of an interesting idea.
Not off the rim. Nothing to do with the rim, though.
I don't even understand the rim, but like I don't want to give him the satisfaction of playing into his hand anymore.
Yeah, close not.
Okay, I'm glad to not do it then. The sip your friends culmination was worth it there. Chad, you gotta relax on this Guppy's head shit. It's not even a good item. It doesn't do anything for us.
They want you to take it, or they want you to suck it?
Yeah, they're mad because I didn't touch it, but I just wanted to touch it and then suck it.
Yeah.
Just wanted to touch it and suck it.
It works.
So here's the bone that I had to pick before Wax Play. How familiar are both of you with the Seinfeld oeuvre?
I've seen a you know, a bunch of it when I was younger.
Okay. You know there is an episode of some cultural significance where Jerry's dating a woman, but he doesn't know what her name is, but she told him it rhymes with an anatomy part for a female body.
I think I've seen that one.
I have seen that one, but I don't remember it.
Calling her Mulva, and then she gets like offended because he doesn't know her name, which honestly, pretty appropriate reaction considering how many times they implied he stuck his penis inside of her. It would have been at least like sneak a peek at her wallet or something. Anyway,
right?
The point is, at the end of the episode, it dawns on him, and he goes and shouts out the window after her, and he goes, Dolores! And then I want to bring up, Dolores does not rhyme with vulva. No, it's it doesn't rhyme with the American pronunciation of clitoris.
Clitoris.
I know, like, some people say clitoris, but, like...
Yeah.
Only if they're 100 years old and European, right? I've never heard an American say clitoris.
Yeah, but it's Seinfeld.
But she is so in the wrong. I went through my whole life being like, man, Jerry's kind of selfish.
It's close enough.
Episode. And then she's like, oh, it rhymes with a part of the female anatomy. She should have said, well, it sort of rhymes with the European pronunciation of part of the female anatomy. She painted Jerry into a corner.
He didn't know her name.
There's other parts of the female anatomy.
Yeah, you could have thought her name was like Crest or something. Schmary.
I mean, yeah, I guess you could go in that direction. I was thinking more like deeper internal, like
I was thinking kit like tits, but I don't know.
I was thinking her name could be Fallopian tube.
Very common.
Yeah.
Thanks for the bits, 4-inch taint. Just smeared all over.
What would her name even be if it was uterus? I guess there is.
Beautifrous.
Beautifrous. There you go. Shancreas. Dudes, I don't want to get you super woke right now, but we also have pancreases.
We do. Cronus 732, thanks for the sub, brand new sub. That's one of the ones you have to pay for too. I forgot people did that.
Oh yeah, it's a good time to bring up. You should check into your Twitch Prime subscriptions. It's possible that you're paying for Twitch Prime or Amazon Prime. Haven't even used your flipping tokens, so just click that subscribe button up at the top, and it'll say use free subscription, or it'll say not now, in which case you gotta wait. You can use it on whoever you'd like.
Until you get debated properly.
Exactly.
Why does they haven't put a reminder up yet? Because they're freaking flashing 100 different things at the top banner all the time. Why not that?
I don't think it's a conspiracy, but I think, like, Twitch doesn't necessarily want you to always use your free subscription.
They absolutely no. I heard from the mouth of an Amazon person that if it was on auto renewal, that they would go broke. Is what literally what he said.
All right, so well, come on, team, let's stick it to the man. Everybody subscribe. Here we go.
Systematically contributing to our own demise by dismantling the organization that employs us.
But we're trying to get fat stacks in the process. Maybe it'll, you know, carry us for a few years.
As long as we get our paper today.
I agree. As long as we get our paper.
You can call me Paper Boy.
Paper Chaser.
Fat stacks on your doorstep.
Oh, dude, wouldn't that be awesome if you just got delivered a fat stack of cash every morning?
Yeah, just throw money through your window every morning.
Stupid, like, paper boys are always delivering bills.
You'd have to have, like, a paper van.
Breakdancer can't even bike ride over the breakdancer or the RC car. Fuck that kid.
When was the last time anyone saw a real paper boy, though? I've never seen one, ever.
I've probably seen a paper boy arcade cabinet in the wild. More recently than I've seen an actual paperboy.
That movie Pleasantville.
So does that count as 1998 or like 1950?
1950. That's when I saw it.
You saw? Wow, that's amazing.
Hey, thanks everybody for sticking it to the man for me. Appreciate that. That was like 6 people just did that. Feel free to continue. I enjoy that very much.
I had a great situation the other day. I opened my mail, get a letter, 2 letters actually, from our tax service. So initially you're like, all right, I'm going to jail. And then I opened the first
100%.
one. 100%. Like, if you are young enough that you don't pay tax, you don't understand the feeling of getting a letter from the IRS or your analog in the mail and being like, oh, so it's all going up in smoke. Open the first letter, and they're like, hey, tax refund. Congratulations. They didn't say congratulations. I was like, hey. I was like, the government is giving me money? And then I opened the next letter, and it was like, here's a bill for the tax that you also owe us.
Wow.
It was like 4 times the size of the refund, and I was like, all right.
Wow. That's how they get you to open it in the first place.
And then a dude busts out of a door in your apartment. Got him!
So I have to cash this check that they sent me and then write them another check using that money plus my own money.
You should just mail it back and then keep the difference.
Return to sender.
I mean, pay the difference, not keep the difference.
I mean, you're right, Chad. It was like 25% off. I guess I can't really complain in the whole scheme of things.
Hello, Blobberry Pie.
Looks like a pincushion right now. The man has had it stuck to him.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Thank you, everybody.
I mean, I love you, Twitch, but I do hope that you live forever so that I can continue my state of perpetual pseudo-adolescence. That being said, I'm going to keep reminding people about these Twitch Prime subscriptions until they tell us not to.
I'm gonna make an image, and I'm gonna make another image, and it's gonna be a man with pins, and I'm gonna stick it to him.
Dude, there you go. I worry that they might take that the wrong way if for every subscription you stuck another pin in a voodoo doll and had a Twitch logo on it, but...
I wonder how many people are using their subs consistently every month, though, actually. Like, if you had the raw statistics for it. Because it's got to be high. I would guess like 70 at least.
Dude, that would be dope.
I feel like people should just spread them around, even if they don't use them on the same person every month.
I would just like to point out that Cobalt's beliefs do not necessarily automatically get shared with the rest of us. If you want to use them all on one person, particularly.
Oh no, I have people that are super gung ho about building their streak with Twitch Prime, but I go around to lots of different channels too, and I see people.
Yeah.
So and I see repeat people's.
I was just messing with you anyway.
I feel bad.
People like Aquaman.
You'd summon fish to the disc.
Aquaman is the worst hero.
Like this, switch like this, because never touch a frying pan.
Nick, how far can you go? There's like a gold, silver, and a bronze level for
I can do
karaoke.
the whole song.
So like,
you can do the whole song.
Yeah.
Certainly,
I mean, I don't really want to right now because it sounds like you're gonna make me, but I can do it.
If you can do, you know, it's been 1 week since you looked at me, pop your head to the side and said I'm angry. That's like a bronze level karaoke. If you can do like, you know, have like Harrison Ford, I'm getting frantic, like sing I'm tantric. If you can do that part,
it's guaranteed to satisfy. Like that's how I make mad films. Can't I make films? Because if I did it as a samurai, gotta get a set of better tiny nubs so the arms are really flying off the back string.
I'm trying to give you a gold medal.
That cartoons get the boom anime babes and make me think the wrong thing.
The moment has been broken, but the aptitude has been demonstrated.
Okay. You need
well done.
Else?
No, I mean you superseded the punchline.
Gotta get a set of better cartoons, tiny nubs so the arms are really flying off the back string.
Is the finest of the flavors.
I'm not just mumbling, I know the actual words.
I don't know.
Thank you, Sarks, 4 months. Twitch Prime, got him.
I'm not taking Plan C, you little rabble-rousers. The item makes no sense.
It's terrible.
Freaking, it destroys...
The baby goes back in?
No, that's...
Plan C is to kill everyone around you and then to kill yourself, apparently.
Yeah. I like how you also said apparently, because I've never found an opportunity to use that item in a way that makes any sense except to just take it and then die and be like, there we go.
If you have extra lives, you can use it.
It's actually...
Doesn't give you an item, though.
A better suicide king.
Oh, it's a worse suicide king.
Well, it's better if you, like... The way you're supposed to use it is, like, you have Lazarus Rag or something, and you don't want to kill Hush or Delirium. Then you just walk in and go, like...
Yeah.
But for most of the time, even if you have, like, a 9 lives respawn, the death animation on the boss isn't finished by the time you die, so you have to go back and fight the boss, which is actually, like...
Garbage.
Stupid.
It's actually, like, idiotic.
Did you know there's bomb vendors in this game? Or that take bombs?
Yeah.
I've seen it. There was one on this run, wasn't there? Or was it? It might
I got
be
one in front of me right now.
There was.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
They're in the non-Afterbirth Plus too. You have to. Well, with a Chaos card, it doesn't work on Delirium unless you hit it when it has multiple body parts. Like if it's a chub, and then it actually kills Delirium apparently. Because I lost a streak running in there with the Chaos card, thinking, oh, I'm just gonna whip this out real quick. And I found out that little information. So maybe it's the same way where you have to wait till Chub to hit it.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's weird.
Oh, dude, this guy, he turns into every familiar. That's so cool.
Oh, little Delirium.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen that before.
It's pretty good.
Also, if you want to...
little brim, and I was like, why do I have a white little brim?
I love little Delirium. If you want to play a really trolly mod...
I have like 20.
Play the Devil's Harvest. It just came out.
I heard that was really good.
It's really, I mean, it's, you know, it's trolly. I don't know about good and balanced, but it's worth playing a couple of runs for sure.
Okay.
You'll definitely feel the weight of all the items and stuff. Where it's not just like where you're adding in
sound like a
sprinkles.
Grocery store anecdote. I mean,
got anything?
I'm trying to think. I went to the grocery store. I have a positive grocery store anecdote. How's about that?
Something.
It rarely happens. I went up to the deli counter, as is where most of the stories take place, and I said, I'll take 300 grams of oven-roasted turkey. And she said, check this shit out. I sliced up like a kilo of the exact thing you ordered, and then packaged it into 100-gram bags.
What?
So if someone like you comes in, I can just give them 3 bags. Yes, sir, 3 bags full. Is that okay? Exactly. And she said it like demurely. She's like, is that okay? And I was like, that's fine. That's better than fine. I didn't tell her that, but...
And then you walked away and she was like, ha-ha! I got rid of yesterday's turkey. Nice.
The turkey goes bad tomorrow. Hey, boss, I got rid of the bad turkey.
I always get this, like, chicken curry salad from the deli, and sometimes it tastes like it's carbonated, and I think that means it's bad.
Oh, my God.
Is
it
like bubbling?
Bubbles in it.
Yeah.
No, it's not officially, but like it kind of tastes like it is bubbling secretly.
It could be just the
curry. You ever had a food that felt like it was carbonated?
Yes, actually. As strange as that may sound, I sort of understand where you're coming from.
What does that mean? And how does that happen?
I don't know, but I wish they'd stop.
I haven't died, so like this was a long time ago, but I haven't died.
But have you kept buying it since then? Like,
yeah, it doesn't always taste carbonated. It's like maybe a 70-30. The 30 is the carbonated part.
So it must taste good enough.
Yeah, it's like it's worth the risk. Like that 70% of the time is worth it.
Yeah, I guess it is.
I mean, more power to you, honestly.
I ate a bunch of hot fries last night.
Oh, like the Andy Caps hot fries?
The exact ones. And they're not really hot, but like 30 minutes later after I was done eating them, I pressed my tongue to the roof of my mouth, and it burned. No. Like, it made my tongue burn. And I couldn't understand why, because they weren't even that hot going down. It's confusing.
Yeah, it's like all the powder, like, conglomerated in one section of your mouth.
Yeah, I don't understand. It's like
a chili hairball.
It's very strange.
A chili hairball. Ooh. Taking one thing I love and one thing I think is disgusting.
I'm jealous about cheese nips, which we do not have. I'm jealous about hot fries and I'm jealous about Cheez-Its. We have cheese nips.
Oh, okay.
We also have cheese bits. So you actually could have a collection of cheese nips and bits.
Cheese
Let's
nip
see your
bits.
cheese bits and Cobalt's chat.
Oh god.
And then I'm jealous about Andy Capp's hot fries, and I'm jealous about Flamin' Hot Cheetos. Those are the three big American snack foods. I'm like, I wish we had those.
Cheese nips are good with peanut butter.
Wait, what's good with peanut butter?
Cheese nips.
Cheese
Or Cheez-Its. Cheez-Its, yeah. Damn it,
I'm so confused.
What's a cheese? Is a cheese nip different from a Cheez-It?
It's a Canadian Cheez-It.
Okay, well, yeah. So those are good with peanut butter, yeah.
You think there's like a table somewhere in the world where it's got every snack food and every country, and then it's got check marks for what country they exist in? I would really like to see that, actually.
At first, I was very excited because I thought you were talking about a literal piece of furniture.
Table.
Yeah, and I was like, I don't know. If there is one at like the snack museum, I'd like to see it.
I mean, like an Excel spreadsheet kind of deal.
Someone's gonna make that like a compendium now.
People
of all
are
the different
real
things.
passionate about snacks. Like
You can actually just do
find
American
people
snacks.
excited about snacks online, you can do so. There's probably some dude who runs like a vintage Cheez-It blog or something like that. You can figure it out.
There was this one really good one that I used to get in the early 2000s, and it was like a strangely shaped, puffed something, like corn puff type deal.
Okay, yeah.
With a like a nice flavoring on it, and then I could never find it again.
Was it yellow?
Yeah, well, we went down this road once before, and I think I figured out what it was, and then I forgot again.
Because there's like, Cheetos makes a lot of orange foods, or foods in orange bags, and then they got one little corn twist food in a blue bag that you only see like once every 20 years in the wild.
And they're all
Mine
artificially
had a weird
colored.
name.
Oh yeah, I mean, no doubt about that. It's all just some kind of like compressed corn analog.
I'm fine with that.
I don't,
gotta do
most
something.
cheese is like gray and not yellow, I heard, or something. Because they color it. I would be fine with that. I don't, why does my cheese
Runs
have
the
to be
gamut.
yellow? I don't care. I eat white cheese.
Gray food is sort of unappetizing most of the time.
But if it's delicious, I always thought guacamole looked super unappetizing.
Yeah.
And I
agree.
actually took a bite of it one day, and I was like, wow, this is really good.
Day after, especially when it's dark brown.
Well, what I meant is,
Yeah,
if
it's
you leave it out
oxidized.
for a while, then you put it in the fridge and it turns brown. I don't really like eating it, even though it tastes the same.
Yeah.
Which is stupid. It's just a perception issue.
My chat told me that's just like it oxidizing or something,
life.
and blah 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 blah. Science, it's still edible. And I was like, I don't
Oh,
think
yeah, I
so.
know. It just
I'm not
isn't
even
too good.
scraping it.
You would have to have like leftover guacamole in the first place.
That's true. But sometimes I get like a little side from Chipotle, and then by the time I'm done eating that big burrito, I can only take a couple of bites of guac. And then it has to sit there for like a couple of hours. And then that's when it turns duty brown.
Duty brown.
It's real sad.
What do you guys feel like the ratio is for like, if you got one normal sized jar of salsa, how many normal sized bags of tortilla chips does it last?
I feel like the
that's not
salsa
how I
goes
thought you were gonna
faster.
go with that.
I would say like
I
2 bags
agree.
per salsa can, maybe.
I kind of feel like it's like a half of a bag per salsa.
Oh, that's are you like
I don't know,
you're
though.
daddy dunking it then? Jesus.
I
Get a big
I do
scoop.
like to daddy dunk the salsa.
If you got, it depends on
I
the
don't
chips
know, man.
too, because
I'd
they're
say it's a
scoop
bag
chips.
A jar.
Like
I
the
mean,
scoop
I'm
chips
not
can hold way
using
more
this-
salsa than like a flat chip.
Well, I mean, how much do you have it like the way you dip a chicken nugget? You got like a thin coating of salsiness, or do you have it like you're scooping?
Depends on the
trying
chip.
To think like of an even reasonable analog.
I
can't.
mean, if it's a flat chip, then you go for a nice even layer, not too chunky. But if it's a scoop, you got to get a chunk in there. Like
I like if you looked at the profile, a tortilla chip is like a single layer. I want it to be like 3 times the size of that vertically by the time I eat it.
that's it's a
can't.
hefty one.
I can't put that into my head.
I'm a salsa
dripping
super in a
wet.
big way.
Basically, he's saying it's
Give me a
dripping.
percentage of the chip that is covered.
100%, like 200%.
What?
The entire,
Yeah.
the entire top surface of the chip is not only covered But then there's
It's
like
on
a
your
second.
knuckle.
He's
There's a
dipping it.
second story.
He's dipping it like Achilles in the river Styx by the heel. He's getting all that covered in goodness.
Are you even concerned about your knuckle? You're gonna smear it all over your friend's phone or whatever you pick up.
Well, you gotta have like a napkin or something with you.
That's just dirty.
I'm
Everyone's
ordering
like, "That's way
salsa
too
next
much
time we
salsa."
go out to
Too
dinner.
much.
If you're eating tortilla chips, I don't want to alarm you. The tortilla chip is the bad part for you. The vegetable salsa is the good part for you. It's, the
Yeah.
tortilla
I don't
is
care.
like.
It's not that unhealthy of a snack, though.
I'm just
There's
saying.
a better
like,
ratio than that.
I love salsa. I could put a spoon of salsa into, or a spoon into a jar of salsa, and then just eat it.
I
If
could
you
eat
love
one
something,
spoon.
Set it free.
I don't know why you.
Does
guys
that
have
apply
that
here?
fucking problem.
Yeah, because he's trying.
I
to
love
get it all
food, and if I
in
set
as
it free,
fast
I
as
would
possible.
die.
Set it
Not as
free.
fast as possible. It's the way I prefer my tortilla chips.
If it comes back, it was meant to be.
Look,
Be yourself, Chad.
a lot of people are actually with me, and a lot of people are against me, I will admit as well. Use napkins at a party? When did we talk about this being at a party? This is when I'm shamefully eating a whole bag of tortilla chips alone in my office.
Yeah, I won't even
An
touch
hour before
ribs.
dinner.
I won't even
How do
touch
you record
ribs in
Isaac
front of
with
people.
your hands covered in tomato
This
juice.
is after I've recorded eyes. Do you not have a sink in your domicile?
I think this explains a lot about some of your performance.
No,
You're worried
that's
about your
insulting.
fingers.
That's insulting.
Worried about
man.
all the juice on your fingers and what you're gonna do with them.
Absolutely not the case whatsoever.
Yeah, don't tell Kate.
You're right. You should
Kate's gonna
basically
be
use
pissed.
the chip as an edible spoon.
You're an edible.
I'm with you, dude. Tortilla chips are edible corn-based spoons.
How do you feel about edible bowls?
They're sustainable. They're delicious. There is a salt side.
Yeah, I'm still not convinced about the goldfish.
Okay, Cobalt,
Yep.
how recently have you had Pepperidge Farm's Magnum Opus goldfish crackers?
I have never had those, but I've had regular goldfish crackers.
Apply?
Wait a minute. You've never had... Like,
Pepperidge Farms is like upscale, man. It costs a little bit extra there to get those goodies. They're
a lot of
fancy.
people don't like them, and I disagree with those people, but I thought that's one of the snacks in
That
America
smiles
with,
back.
like... Well, it smiles back for one. But be that as it may, it has a wide spread. Like everybody's
Nice
heard of
try,
it.
Kate.
I like the regular goldfishies because they're so delicious.
Wait.
Wait, what?
What is a regular goldfish?
Wait, are they the same company that makes them? Hold
Yeah,
on.
man.
Yeah, those
Pepperidge
are
Farms is
fucking
the goldfish
delicious
company.
then.
The orange fish. Cheddar
Pepperidge
base.
Farms. I'm just gonna look up goldfish crackers.
Fish.
Pepperidge Farms. Yeah, okay. I didn't realize they were the ones that made those. I thought like
All right.
Nestle or something made that shit.
So it's a false alarm situation.
Yeah,
You
dude.
have had goldfish.
Yeah, they're awesome.
Okay. Are there two sides to a goldfish? Are there meaningful differences between the two sides of a goldfish cracker?
All I know is that you can bite it like vertically and it splits in half like two sides are put together somehow.
Hell yeah. I'm with you like 1,000,000% on that.
Yeah, it's
But
weird.
Is there a salty side and a matte side?
I usually think the whole
It's
thing
not
is salty.
easy. It's not easy to tell.
I'd have to put
mean,
one on my in my
just wanna-
mouth.
Unless it's like a Canadian recipe or something. Like, I ate some more goldfish today because they were 2 for $5 at the grocery store. So you thought yesterday was the only time? Absolutely not. One side is coated in like iodized salt, and the other side is not. So
They're not flipping your goldfish.
as far as I'm concerned, I'm just waiting for you guys to
Well,
be correct here. But
I'm looking at pictures of them right now, and the pictures don't appear to be any different on either
I
side.
looked at pictures as well, and I was like, you can't see it in the picture. The light's got to catch
Yeah.
it the right way.
Plus, all the
The
pictures are, unless they're like amateur photos, they doctor to make look aesthetically pleasing.
Also true. And
Even
also
if they aren't real cheese, they'll be like, "Oh, this is just yellow spray paint, but the shit looks delicious. Let's go."
I looked up pictures of goldfish crackers, and like every fucking article that was attached to the pictures was homemade goldfish. If you're gonna bake your own goldfish crackers, you need to find something else to do with your time. They are like pretty cheap and also not good enough to justify making them at home.
That's what I'm saying.
You try to
that's a rob.
bake your own cracker. It's not like making your own sandwich. Like, there's a time investment involved here.
That's like trying to get your own eggs from your chickens, Mouth.
I'll tell you something, too, that I think does matter. I don't think I have eaten a goldfish cracker since they've gotten a face on them.
They gave them faces? Okay.
They don't have, well, they've never had a smile when I'd eaten them.
I'm out of the meta over here. I'm out of the goldfish meta.
So, like, they may have added the salt side since then, and I just have not been aware.
It's plausible. I don't understand how you could, like, not want goldfish, though.
I don't dislike them, and they're just never very high on my list to buy.